Hello, I'm Janna, and welcome back to the Crafty Corner. So, today is all about the Hippity Hoppity, and we're going to be exploring all of the fantastic bunny rabbits that Sizzix and Tim Holtz have brought us over the years, and we're going to make a few cards with these. If you'd like to see exactly which supplies we're going to be using, go ahead and pause here. All right, let's head over to the Crafty Corner. Let's dive right in and take a look at some of our options for creating with Sizzix. One of my favorite dies is this large big die, and this is Mr. Rabbit. He is a good size and fun to die cut with and very versatile. So one of the big advantages to cutting with a big die is that, one, we can cut thick things such as chipboard, even felt, or some foams. So this one has a lot of advantages being a big die. Now let's move on and see what else we have in the line that Sizzix and Tim Holtz have put together for us over the years. We have got Bunny Hop. These guys are adorable. Now I do want to mention with Bunny Hop, we got a vault release fairly recently. Let's see here. This was 2023, where we got this vault set with the 2 rabbits, a whole alphabet, some little accessories, and a butterfly. Now, you might think, wait a minute, same thing, big deal. But, one, this is retired, so it's kind of hard to find. But let's take a look at the rabbits themselves. They are not the same size. If you line them up, you can see that this guy is bigger. The originals were just a hair smaller, so it is great to have options for size. Plus, the new set comes with a whole alphabet, which I think is just absolutely fantastic. And of course, I put mine on a magnetic sheet to make storage a lot easier. Now, of course, we're not done yet. We've got lots of other dies that have come out over the years. We also have these adorable guys. They come with a pennant banner, and they've got the eggs, and I love the daisies. Like, I could seriously sit around and die cut tons of these because they are great for filling in space. So this is Bunny Games, and this is from 2021, and these guys are too cute. Then we've got the carrot bun, and come on, so adorable. Pretty simple to cut, but fun, and they hold a carrot. So you could cut 2 bunnies and have them hold your large carrot, or you can have a single bun and have them hold 1 carrot. They are fun and versatile, and they don't just have to hold carrots. You could have them hold a piece of ephemera. You could die cut them a little prop. There are possibilities. And the last set that I have are these guys. They are so sweet, and like I get such Velveteen Rabbit vibes from these every time I see them. These are Bunny Stitch, and this was from 2022. And these guys are just great. They've got good personality, and they have some props with them, and we get some extra stitches. So lots of fun to be had. So let's take a look at some of these in their die cut forms. Here we have some of the Bunny Hop rabbits. We've got some different sizes. And let's see, what did I die cut them out of? I die cut a whole bunch of things so that we would be able to see and just take a closer look at how all of these are put together. So these guys could easily be altered with some paint. We could go in with some glaze. And we certainly could draw details onto them. You could add a fuzzy pom-pom for tails. Lots of options with these. Now, one fun thing that we could do would be to even load one of these onto a spring and make an action wobbler card. That could be really fun. Then you'd have your little bunny rabbit hopping all about. So that's one set. Now we've got some of the large Mr. Rabbit. I die cut him out of some white heavy stock. and some lightweight chipboard. He's fantastic. Good size, lots of detail. Now let's take a look at Carrot Bun. So here's the carrot, and pretty easy to put this guy together. All we need is a bit of glue to get started on our carrot. Line up our two pieces, and that's all there is to that. And I also have the little tuft of green already pre-cut, and we can just stick that right onto there and then set it aside to dry. Now, if we're putting together the rest of the carrot bun, we're going to need the other pieces that go with him. So the quickest way to alter these, of course, is going to be with some distress-free inkers. And I'm just going to grab a tiny, tiny bit of picked raspberry, and we can do the interiors of those ears. There we go. And then just a itty bit of black to take care of the features. And then I'm going to need to grab my die pick because these pieces are small and kind of difficult to get off the sheet, but not a terribly big deal. That's what the die pick is for. And a little more pink for the cheek pieces. Okay. Well, let's grab that die pick. So very easily, let's start with the ears. Take that, bring that over here, and carefully stick it down. Now this is the easy part. If you die cut, think a little bit ahead of time and save yourself a whole lot of hassle and either run things through a Xyron after you've die cut or get yourself some double-sided sticky tape, and then your pieces will lift off just like stickers and be super easy when you're building your final piece. So just a small tip to streamline the whole process. There we go. One day I'm hoping I might be able to invest in a Xyron. That would be another great way to work on assembly. Okay, now for the nose and the mouth, we'll take that. Now, as you can tell, we've already got some score lines on here, so that's giving me a clue as to where to place all of my pieces. I love that when I have the option. It just makes assembly a lot easier, and Sizzix is really good about giving you those little markings so that it's not a complete mystery where you're stacking all your pieces. There we go. We've got a cute little bunny, and we'll just give him his carrot. This is a giant carrot, but I think he can handle it. Just like that. Adorable bunny rabbit with a carrot. Now let's put together some pieces from Bunny Stitch. We've got our bases and we have our detailed pieces, and these did have a bit of detail and it took some weeding to get those really tiny parts out of the way. But you know what? That's what the die pick is for, and that's why I like to work on batches of die cutting instead of just trying to die cut one thing for a project. And now, bonus, since we're putting together all of these things today, I'll be able to add these die cuts to my stash and have them ready the next time I feel like bringing in some rabbits to play with. Okay. And again, of course, added some double-sided sticky tape to make my life just a little bit easier during the assembly process. So with these, you kind of have to just eyeball it. It's kind of like the cookies with icing from one of the Christmas die sets. You just kind of line it up and give it your best guess to where these are going to stick down comfortably. Okay, last one. Now, if you wanted to, you could add more stitches to these guys, but I like them just like this. I think they're pretty cute as is, so I rarely add the extra stitched pieces. All right, line that up. There we go. Excellent. Yeah, I'm just really happy with the way this is playing out. There, we've got some lovely pieces for another project. All right, let's let's go ahead, toss those aside. Now for bunny games. Bunny games is a little bit more challenging, and I usually have to look at the die packaging in order to remember what goes where. And I do like following the template that they gave us. Let's go ahead and bring back the Distress Re-Inkers. I think I'm going to need that for the next part. So looking on here, we've got several things going on. We've got a darker part for the tummy, and then we've got some accent pieces and little accents for the ears. So what I'm thinking right now is we're going to start with the base piece, which is this, and this is going to give us that pale layer first. And I'm thinking I'm going to go for Kitsch Flamingo. Now, the nice thing is we don't really have to color the entire die piece. We just need to color the parts that are going to be showing. So I'm just going to try to work strategically to get those parts colored in. So right along the ears, here and here, and along this arm and under the chin. Okay, that in theory should be good for this section. Looking for some abandoned coral. That will be the next color that I want. All right, so I've got the abandoned coral. We'll paint those ears. That's a really bright color. And let's see. I think it's these parts we're going to want. All right, I think we're good. Almost. Nope, I need to add some black for the features. All right, that's easy enough. Okay, now I've got it. So the next thing that I want to do is start putting all of the pieces together, and then we'll be able to see how this cute little bunny rabbit looks. So it's a little tricky just because there's a lot of parts, but we will manage. So again, Sizzix has been very kind and left us some score lines to follow, and we will do our best to use those in order to get the best possible results while building the bunny rabbit. Okay, now for that cute little paw. We'll take that, put that over here. And now we can take some of these accent pieces. Let's take that tummy piece first. That's going to go here. All right, so far so good. And now we have some ear pieces. I'll take that, put that along here, and this one is going to go right here. Great. Last but not least, we have got a few little details. So just carefully pulling those little eye pieces up. There we go. One more. Great. Very careful. Okay, and that little bunny is coming into shape nicely. There we go. We've got our adorable little bunny rabbit. Let's just see if we can't pop him out of the sheet. And we can. Now that we know what we have for options with our bunny rabbits, let's go ahead and make a quick card. So we have got some pieces here and some washi tape. Let's see what we can build. I'm going to start with my framework first. Let's go ahead and add our washi tape around the edge of this card. Right now we're just kind of putting all of the ideas together, and I'm just going to show you what a possibility could be for using some of these adorable die cuts. Okay, good. And we'll just work our way all the way around. There we go, that's corner 2. I'm leaving enough tape so that I can tuck things under. Now this background was done using alcohol lift ink. This is the extra ink that was left on the stamp after a lift that I then stamped onto some distress white heavy stock. So that's why we've got this really, really cool pattern going on top of the flowers. Okay. And we're just using some Tim Holtz Ideology tape to add a little bit more visual interest around the edge of the card. And now we're going to take our next layer and we're going to pop it up using some foam squares. Just adding a little bit of lift for interest. Flip that over. This was done with some mink ink and foil using the, I think this is Crackle stamp from Tim Holtz and Stampers Anonymous. All right, now we need to try to make sure everything is even as we place this down. This is the hard part. I think we are good. Almost. I don't know what it is about lining stuff up. It just gets me every time. It's hard. Okay, good. Now, let's see here. We've got some bunny rabbits to choose from. I really do love the carrot bun. He is super cute, but at the same time, it would be fun to use one of our larger rabbits. Yeah, I really like that too, but I'm feeling that he needs a little something else, maybe some long-stemmed flowers. Yes, he needs some extra flowers, so I'm going to die cut some flower fields, I think. No, I've got some long stems that we can use. So let's die cut a few flowers and come right back and finish our card off. So let's put our card together. I'm going to start by gluing down the bow tie for the rabbit. There we go. Fantastic. And he is going to need some foam squares. Just a little bit for some lift. Let's see here. I want my thick foam squares. Okay, that looks good. Now, I can just peel those backings off. We'll stick them down, and then I'm going to tuck some florals around him. Okay. So for flowers, we're pulling in some vault side order flowers. Okay, let's see. What can I dig up? Okay, one more. And I should be good. Okay, I've got my droplets. Let's go ahead and just stick them right down. There we go. Just need that little metallic piece to finish off the edges. All right, let's see what I got for sentiments. Do your best, document note to self. Ooh, the adventure begins, maybe. Happy together, adventure awaits. Original, see the world, trust your heart, best day ever. You are enough, let's celebrate. This happy life, no. Believe in yourself. Let's see. So many choices. Let's go with believe in magic. And I think we will cut that right there. Okay, that goes there, and then I can tuck this piece right here. Not bad. Here is our completed card featuring one of the Sizzix rabbits. In this case, this is the Big Sty Mr. Rabbit. Today we've been reviewing which Hippity Hoppity rabbits are available in the Sizzix stash. I hope that you've enjoyed today's crafty video, taking a look at some die cuts and then having some fun creating with die cuts to create an Easter themed card. Thank you so much for joining me here today at the Crafty Corner, and until next time, happy crafting!